If you are lying in bed and listening to these words with heavy eyes after another long day, know that it is not a coincidence. The universe guided you here so that you may receive exactly what you need. Let these words penetrate deeply into you, as if they have always been a part of you, reminding you of what you have always known but may have forgotten. You are here for a reason. Something inside you has been asking for a calmer answer. In a simpler way, you are ready to let go, to trust, and to allow life to flow to you in the most beautiful ways. This moment is the doorway. Discover secrets to attracting love and success without effort. Secrets less about results and more about becoming the kind of person around whom these things naturally gather. You may have been taught to chase promotions, dates, approval, validation, to chase that next opportunity as if life is a thing to be hunted. And maybe you are tired. Your shoulders carry the habit of leaning forward, of gripping, of doing more to guarantee less. The endless checklist, the polite persistence that ends in exhaustion. It's why so many of us feel far from what we want, even when we work hard. The irony is sharp. The harder you lean into pursuit, the more the thing you want seems to slip away, like a bird startled by a shadow. Here is the quiet paradox nobody told you plainly enough. What you chase runs away. What you allow moves toward you. Not because the world is being kind, but because you are changing the field of attraction when you change inside. Imagine a child chasing a butterfly, hands flailing. The butterfly flits, startled. Now imagine a person sitting still in a sunlit garden, breathing slowly. A butterfly lands on their knee, unbothered. That is the difference between force and presence. That difference is the secret we will begin to discover together. If this resonates, save this track now to repeat tonight. Keep it somewhere you can return to. This is a practice, and repetition will be your quiet ally. Think for a moment of all the small ways you try to secure outcomes. The follow-up messages sent too quickly, the rehearsed lines, the over-prepared resumes polished with anxious hope, the endless motive-checking in relationships. Each action can be good and honest, but when it stems from a place of lack, I must prove my worth. It carries an energetic signature that repels more than it draws. Energy matters. Not in a mystical, unknowable way, but in the very practical way feelings guide choices, posture, tone, and the clarity of your decisions. We live in a sea of vibration. Thoughts, beliefs, feelings, posture, the way we hold our breath, that shape the conditions around us. When you embody a state, calm, secure, radiant, that state sends signals outward. Those signals magnetize opportunities often more reliably than frantic trying. It doesn't mean you won't ever take action. It means your actions come from alignment, not desperation. Alignment is efficient. It is not passive. It's a wise, soft power that knows when to act and when to receive. To explain, let me offer a few images, because images stick where abstract theories slide off. Picture a river. When you force a log against the current, you sweat and strain. The log resists the entire way. But when you float with the river, you guide the log with gentle nudges and a deeper trust in the current's direction. You still steer, gently, toward where you want to go. The effort required is simply different, or imagine hands cupped to hold sand. Tightly clenched, the sand slips through your fingers. Open your palm slightly, and the grip is enough to keep what's needed while letting space for what is not. Think of a magnet. A magnet doesn't chase the needle. It creates a field. Be the magnet. This magnetism starts with self-worth. If you move through the world convinced you are not enough, that belief shows up in subtle ways. Hurried words, people-pleasing, a readiness to accept less than you deserve. Self-worth is not earned by external proof. It is cultivated like a garden. When you tend your inner soil, daily practices, clear boundaries, small acts of honoring yourself, the flowers of love and success are not forced into bloom. They arrive because conditions support them. Surrender is a word that scares some people because they hear, give up. Surrender here is a verb of strength. It looks like this: letting go of the frantic clutch while choosing the next most aligned move. It is not collapsing into inactivity. It is opening to possibility while remaining rooted. Surrender trusts timing without becoming passive about what is in your control. It allows you to act from clarity rather than panic. It is the art of preparing and receiving. You may ask, how do we begin? Practically, not with grand rituals, but with small posture changes that alter your inner signal. Begin with your breath. Your breath is an immediate channel into your nervous system. It is the most accessible lever you have. When you change how you breathe, you change how you feel. And when you change how you feel, your field changes. Let's do a short, simple breathing practice together. There is no wrong way. If you are lying down, let your body soften. If you are sitting, plant your feet and let your shoulders release. Close your eyes if that feels safe. Now, inhale slowly, filling the belly first, then the ribs, then the chest, as if you're filling a gentle glass. Hold the breath for a moment, just long enough to taste the stillness. Exhale fully, letting the belly soften first, then the ribs, then the chest, releasing more than air. Again, breathe in, slow and steady. Feel the abdomen rise. Hold. Exhale, and imagine any tightness melting out of your shoulders and jaw. Third time. Inhale clarity. Hold, and exhale tension. With each out-breath, imagine the grip of "I must" loosening. This is grounding. This is creating space for reception. Notice now how your shoulders may have dropped a fraction. The body remembers what the mind often forgets. When you breathe, you are safe enough to receive. Keep breathing at this gentle pace as I speak. In the pauses between words, you will find your center. This simple breath is a secret practice. Repeated often, it shifts your baseline state from striving to steady, from tense to available. After you ground, embody. Embodiment is not pretending. It is carrying the internal reality of the thing you want. If your intention is to attract a loving partnership and professional recognition, practice the posture of someone who already possesses both, not as an act of arrogance, but as an alignment exercise. What does that person do differently? They set clear boundaries. They show up on time not to prove worth, but because they honor their commitments. They speak slowly. They let compliments land. They invest time in rest. They choose opportunities that taste like something they are willing to steward. Try this now. Gently lift your chest enough to feel open, soften the brow, and place your attention at the heart center. Inhale, and as you do, invite the feeling of enoughness into your chest. Warm, steady, not flashy. Exhale, and let the need to prove fade. Think the phrase quietly. I am inherently worthy. Say it as a fact, not as a plea. Notice any resistance. If resistance arises, thank it. Resistance is often an old guard trying to keep you safe, and let it observe rather than dictate. Repeat the short phrase again with the breath. I am inherently worthy. Allow it to settle like sunlight warming a stone. Boundaries are not walls. They are edges that protect the garden you are growing. A simple example. When someone asks more of you than you can give without erasing your peace, say, I can help on X day, or I need time to decide. I'll get back to you. That one-sentence boundary honors your limits without harshness. It is a daily practice to show others how to treat you kindly. Tending your garden includes pruning, removing commitments that drain without return, cultivating soils of relationships that feed you, and planting seeds of intention with clear, loving action. Patience is part of this practice. Patience does not mean tolerating indefinitely. It means awaiting the right weather for growth. The caterpillar does not wrestle to become a butterfly. It goes through metamorphosis in its own time. You can prepare your wings, nourish your body, and still wait for transformation to unfold. In the waiting, you build resilience. In the waiting, you learn to tend the space around you with quiet confidence. Now, a brief image to hold. Imagine your life as a garden plot. Some beds are full of flowers you have been cultivating, a few relationships, a skill, a blossoming project. Some beds are fallow, waiting for seeds. You can add water, sunlight, and attention, but you cannot force a seed to sprout in a night. Your job is to cultivate conditions, nutrients, water, space, and to protect the tender sprouts from pests and trampled feet. Part of protection is the boundary we talked about. Another part is letting some seeds rest, trusting their timing. When you adopt this gardener posture, love and success do not have to be chased. They choose to arrive in the places that are ready. At this point, you might wonder, is this just thinking positively? No. Positive thinking is often superficial, a painted smile covering the same patterns. What we are doing is layered. Breath changes physiology. Embodiment rewires habitual posture. Clear boundaries alter how others engage with you. Repeated, felt affirmations begin to change neural pathways. This is not magic without effort. It is the art of letting go of frantic effort and practicing deliberate, aligned action. That difference is everything. Let us move into a short practice to begin shaping that field. We will combine breath, imagery, and brief affirmations that are grounded in feeling. If at any moment you feel overwhelmed, return to the breath. If you notice doubt, name it softly and return your attention to the sensation of your heart opening. Take a comfortable breath now, as before. Feel the inhalation expand your base, belly first, then the ribs, then the chest. Hold for a gentle count that feels natural. Exhale slowly. With the next inhale, imagine drawing in soft, golden light, a warmth that fills the chest and flows down into the belly. Imagine this light is the color of steady sunrise, neither harsh nor dim, enough to wake the petals of your being. As the golden light settles, feel a small inner flame of certainty flicker. I am open to receive. Say this inwardly on the exhale. I am open to receive. Repeat the phrase with the next breath. I am open to receive. Allow the words to be true within your body, even if the outer world has not yet matched them. Now imagine a river near your garden. The river carries gifts downstream, not because it is trying to deliver them to you, but because there is flow and movement. Visualize placing a small wooden bowl into the river and watching it float toward you. You do nothing dramatic. You simply create a place on the riverbank where the bowl can land. Soft sand, a gentle curve, and you leave the bowl room to settle. This bowl is the opening in your life. Opportunities, kind words, invitations. When you stop pushing the river and instead prepare the shore, things arrive with less friction. With each breath, anchor the sensation of receiving. Repeat softly, I attract what aligns with me. I attract what aligns with me. Notice how this phrasing avoids promise and instead points toward correspondence. Aligns invites discernment, not desperation. Repeat once more with feeling. I attract what aligns with me. Let us soften into a few more affirmations now, short and steady, each followed by a breath, to let the meaning sink into your body. Speak them in your mind, leaning into the feeling they evoke, rather than the literal words. I am enough. I am enough. I am open to love that respects me. I am open to love that respects me. I allow success to unfold naturally in my life. I allow success to unfold naturally in my life. I trust the timing of my life. I trust the timing of my life. I set compassionate boundaries that protect my peace. I set compassionate boundaries that protect my peace. If any of these feel too large to say, simply breathe with them. Let the breath carry the phrase like a seed into the soil. You don't have to see the blossom immediately to know the seed contains the potential. As you continue breathing, feel how your posture shifts subtly. Shoulders soften, the jaw uncurls, the heartbeat quiets. This is not merely relaxation. This is an energetic reset. You are not trying to manufacture outcomes. You are refining the frequency of your presence. We will deepen these seeds into slightly broader images, because images help code new pathways. Picture yourself standing on the shore of that river at dusk. The air is cool. In one hand, you hold a small magnet. This magnet doesn't pull everything in a chaotic sweep. It draws in that which responds to its field. See how the magnet draws small, useful things, pebbles of connection, leaves of opportunity, while leaving away what doesn't belong. You are not trying to gather everything. You are becoming selective, magnetic for what fits. Say to yourself with the rhythm of your breath, I am a magnet for aligned love and meaningful success. I am a magnet for aligned love and meaningful success. Feel how the words settle differently from I must have or I need. There is gentleness here, a quiet competence. Imagine the magnet warming in your palm, not forcing but inviting. Pause here and notice any stories that arise. Old fears, small protests, memories of near misses. These are not failures. They are information. Allow them to pass by like clouds. Root your attention again in your breath and your body. This practice is not about perfection. It is about tending. Even small, consistent tending shifts the ecosystem of your life. Before we go further into richer visualization and an extended affirmation sequence, let's anchor a practical posture you can use anytime life gets loud. Choose a short cue phrase to check in with your alignment. This becomes your inner boundary bell. It could be as simple as soft yes or center now. When you say that phrase, breathe, notice your body, and ask, is this action coming from alignment or from anxiety? If from alignment, proceed with clarity. If from anxiety, respond with one boundary, delay, decline, or delegate, whichever honors your limits. Practice this cue in small decisions today, with a text, with a task, with a yes or no. Over time, that micro-habit becomes a shield and an invitation. Now, as you rest in this cultivated presence, I will guide you into the beginning of a deeper affirmation block. This block is designed to be repeated nightly. Tonight we will start, and later you will return and let it expand. Speak these lines in your mind, or out loud if it feels right. Keep your breath steady, and let each phrase be brief and true. I am already whole. I am already whole. I move through life from a place of enough. I move through life from a place of enough. I make space for love that honors me. I make space for love that honors me. I welcome opportunities that match who I am becoming. I welcome opportunities that match who I am becoming. I release the need to force outcomes. I invite aligned flow. I release the need to force outcomes. I invite aligned flow. Let these repeated phrases sink. They are not spells, they are reminders. Each time you repeat, you reinforce a pathway from scarcity to sufficiency, from chasing to allowing. As this begins to land, notice that action becomes easier, clearer. You do not exert frantic energy. You take the next wise step. We are approaching a place where imagery and affirmation will come together more fully. The river, the garden, the magnet will weave into a longer spoken landscape. There will be an invitation to rest deeper into sensation, to imagine small scenes where love arrives without struggle and success grows as a natural consequence of your tending. In that next stage, we will layer affirmations, vary phrasing to keep your mind engaged, and build a gentle emotional crescendo so you can carry the feeling into your day and night. Hold this state a while. Let the breaths be the frame. Notice how even this short practice may have softened something. The secret is not in a single moment, but in returning over and over to these small acts that change your internal weather. When you return to your life after this, carry one simple intent: to act from alignment, not from scarcity, to set gentle, clear boundaries, and to trust that when you become the thing you wish to attract, the world responds differently. As you rest here, prepare to journey further into the visualization where the river brings gifts, where the garden blooms under your care, and where the magnet in your hand draws only what truly belongs. Keep breathing. Keep feeling. The next step will guide you deeper into those images and into a longer sequence of affirmations designed to anchor this new baseline. Now, when you are ready, allow your awareness to drift toward the river's sound again, the sound you have already met in your mind, and imagine the bowl you once placed at the edge. This time, instead of merely watching it float, notice the gestures you make to make the shoreline welcoming. A small sweep of the hand clearing debris, the gentle press of a flag of intention into the sand. These gestures are not frantic, they are faithful. They are the subtle preparations that invite without force. Imagine the river turning ever so slightly, guided by the shape of your shore, and sense what it feels like to receive with grace. Imagine the river turning ever so slightly, guided by the shape of your shore, and sense what it feels like to receive with grace. Let that feeling ripple through you now. The lightness of a shore made ready, the steadiness of hands that clear debris and make a gentle place for what comes. As you hold that image, allow your mind to widen and include 3 scenes: the garden, the magnet, and the butterfly, that together form a map of how love and success arrive without force. First, slow your breath and step into the garden in your mind. Walk with soft feet over a path of smooth stones. Notice the soil under your palms, rich, dark, receptive. Bend and look closely at a small bed where a single seedling is just beginning to unfurl its first leaves. This seedling is one of your intentions. Perhaps a kind relationship, perhaps a meaningful promotion, perhaps a creative project that will feed you. You do not yank the seedling to make it grow. You do not water it with anxiety. You give it what it needs: consistent water, sunlight in healthy amounts, a stake to support its stem, and careful pruning when necessary. Imagine yourself doing that, watering gently, turning the soil with patient hands, humming a soft tune of encouragement. In this way, tending becomes the opposite of frantic chasing. It is disciplined receptivity. Now step back and notice another bed where saplings have grown sturdier. These represent the patterns you have already cultivated: habits of kindness, competence, reliability, and rest. See how they now cast a gentle shelter over the newer beds. They do not overshadow them, they create a microclimate. When you nourish yourself with rest and clear boundaries, you create that microclimate in your life. The people and the opportunities that are right for you will prefer that climate. This is not mystical exclusivity, it is simple ecology. Wherever warmth, space, and nutrient-rich soil exist, life tends to settle. From the garden, walk now to the riverbank. Remember the wooden bowl bobbing toward you. Notice that now the bowl often arrives bearing small tokens. Sometimes a bright leaf that reads like an invitation. Sometimes a scrap of paper with a name, or the memory of a kind conversation that points you towards someone who might support your work. These are the micro-miracles, small openings that, over time, connect into larger currents. Receiving them does not require dramatic proof. It requires that you have a place on the bank for them to land and the willingness to say yes when the invitation aligns. At the river's edge, imagine holding that warm magnet again. This magnet will not draw all things all at once. It will draw what resonates with its field. Feel it in your hand, steady, warm, and selective. Think of the magnet pulling towards you threads of opportunity that feel like home. clients who respect your time, partners who match your heart's tempo, projects that expand your skill without erasing your life. This magnet is not a tool of greed, it is a filter. It is the clarity of knowing what you want and what you will let into your life. As you hold it, say to yourself, I attract what fits my heart's design. I attract what fits my heart's design. See how the words are gentle and specific. They invite alignment rather than desperate accumulation. Now, wander inward toward a quiet place where a cocoon hangs like a paper lantern from a low branch. Inside, transformation is happening in its own mysterious, stubborn, humble time. The caterpillar's labor happens largely out of view. The change is not accelerated by worry. It is sealed in silence until the wings are ready. This is a sacred lesson about timing. You have seasons where you prepare wings and seasons where you are simply nourished by sunlight and rest. You can still take small, meaningful actions, beds to tend, letters to send, offers to refine. But you cannot cut the schedule of your becoming. Trust the process. The universe, or divine timing, or your inner wisdom, call it what suits you, has rhythms that often move in ways we cannot command, but can certainly cooperate with. Cooperation is a kind of gentle effort. It is not the clutching strain of, I must get this now. It is a clear-eyed investment, one thoughtful email, one compassionate refusal, one deliberate rest. These small choices become the choreography of your life. Over time, they create momentum that feels effortless because it no longer fights against your own nature. Let us name a few simple routines that honor this choreography, daily practices you can adopt that do not require heroics, only attention. These will be small, replicable, and rooted in embodiment. First, the morning 2-minute calibration. When you wake, before checking messages or the news, sit upright on the edge of the bed. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Breathe 3 slow, full breaths, feeling your hands rise and fall. Whisper to yourself a binding intention. Today I act from alignment. You do not need to decide everything for the day, only to begin from the center. That rooted opening will change the tone of the choices you make. Second, the midday micro-reset. Around midday, pause for 1 minute, just 60 calm seconds. Stand, lift your chin slightly, let your shoulders drop, and take 3 long breaths. Offer yourself a micro-boundary. I will take a real break now, or I will say no to one request this afternoon. These short resets prevent accumulation of fatigue that fuels frantic chasing. Third, the evening seed survey. Before sleep, jot down 3 small things that went well. Not grand achievements, but small wins. An honest conversation, a moment of rest, a decision that honored your limits. Write them as facts. I rested for 20 minutes. I said what I needed to say. This practice rewires your attention toward evidence of alignment rather than scarcity. Each of these routines is a tiny act of tending. None promises instant riches or guaranteed romance, but each gradually constructs the conditions in which love and meaningful success prefer to arrive. Now let us speak plainly about boundaries, because magnetism works best when you also have edges. Boundaries can be tender and clear. For instance, if a colleague requests extra work that will spill into your evening, try the sentence, I can help with this tomorrow morning, but not tonight. If a friend repeatedly calls at hours that disturb your rest, try, I value our talks. Can we catch up earlier in the day? These sentences are not cold. They are instructive. They teach others how to interact with your time and energy. They are daily acts of self-respect that increase your capacity to receive what you want without exhausting yourself. As your capacity increases, you will notice a subtle shift in how you choose action. You will find yourself taking steps that feel aligned rather than frantic. Perhaps you begin applying for roles where the company values match your rhythm, or you invest time in relationships that reciprocate your care. Or maybe you stop answering the second text immediately and allow space for responses to come in their own time. These are not rigid rules. They are practices of discernment. Let's move now into a lengthier visualization that puts these elements together. A place where the river, the garden, and the magnet weave into a single embodied scene. Make yourself comfortable. Keep breathing gently. Imagine standing at twilight on a gentle hill that overlooks the river and the garden simultaneously. The air is warm, scented faintly with lavender. Below, the garden glows with tiny lanterns. Each lantern represents a fostered intention, a promise kept to yourself. Over there, the river curves like a silver ribbon, carrying small boats loaded with little tokens, opportunities that travel on their schedule, not yours. Walk toward a small bench and sit. Feel the wood beneath you. In front of you is a wooden chest with 3 compartments. The first compartment is labeled Prepare. The second is labeled Protect. The third is labeled Receive. These are the 3 stances you will practice. Open, prepare. Inside is a set of tools, simple things. A small notebook, a pen, a lamp for working in the evenings without exhausting yourself, a list of skills you want to develop. Preparation looks like steady practice and clear learning. It is applying for a job with aligned criteria, polishing work samples that truly represent you, warming a conversation with thoughtful questions. Prepare with patient care, not with frantic perfectionism. Now close Prepare and open Protect. Inside is soft fabric, gentle but strong, representing boundaries. There is a simple slip of paper with this sentence: I will not sacrifice my core peace for outer approval. Imagine folding that sentence into your pocket. Protection is saying no to the project that drains you. It is declining a date that asks you to be someone you are not. It is small and fierce. Finally, open Receive. Inside is a mirror and a cup. The mirror invites you to see yourself clearly, your strengths, your tender spots, your whole human complexity. The cup is empty and waiting. Receive by making space, a real cup placed on your shore. When the river comes bearing invitations, you have a receptacle ready to hold them. Receiving includes saying yes when alignment appears and saying no when it does not. It is an active posture of discernment. Close the chest and notice how holding each stance, prepare, protect, receive, does not mean passivity. It is an engaged gentleness. You prepare, you protect, you receive. You act from a rested, intelligent center rather than from depletion. Now, we will enter a more extended affirmation sequence that threads these images together and layers them into your body. This sequence is meant for nightly repetition. It is long enough to be felt and short enough to remember. As you read or listen, let each line be accompanied by a slow breath. Allow the phrasing to shift gently with each repetition so that your mind remains attentive and the meaning sinks deeper. Begin with grounding statements that land you into sufficiency. I am rooted in enough. I am rooted in enough. My worth is present beside every doubt. My worth is present beside every doubt. I honor my limits and they honor me back. I honor my limits and they honor me back. I create a shore where gifts may land. I create a shore where gifts may land. Now invite the river and the magnet into your field. I am aligned with the current of my life. I am aligned with the current of my life. I gently steer toward what feels true for me. I gently steer toward what feels true for me. I am a magnet for people who match my integrity. I am a magnet for people who match my integrity. I attract opportunities that respect my time and my heart. I attract opportunities that respect my time and my heart. Allow the garden and the caterpillar to teach you about timing and care. I tend my inner garden with patience and tenderness. I tend my inner garden with patience and tenderness. I water my ambitions without drowning them in worry. I water my ambitions without drowning them in worry. Transformation happens in its own time. I prepare my wings. Transformation happens in its own time. I prepare my wings. I trust the timing of my life and move with confident patience. I trust the timing of my life and move with confident patience. Now anchor the posture of boundaries as compassion. I set gentle, clear boundaries that protect my peace. I set gentle, clear boundaries that protect my peace. My no makes room for a truer yes. My no makes room for a truer yes. I choose rest as a strategic force in my life. I choose rest as a strategic force in my life. I do not need to prove my value. I practice presence instead. I do not need to prove my value. I practice presence instead. Bring in the specifics of love and success without pushing for outcome. I am open to love that honors me and grows with me. I am open to love that honors me and grows with me. I welcome success that supports my life and nourishes my purpose. I welcome success that supports my life and nourishes my purpose. I allow abundance to enter my life in forms that match my heart. I allow abundance to enter my life in forms that match my heart. I meet opportunities with clarity and calm. I meet opportunities with clarity and calm. Now move toward an embodiment-focused crescendo. Short, visceral phrases that depend on breath and feeling rather than thought. Let each be felt more than analyzed. I breathe in enough. I breathe out doubt. I open my chest to receive. I close my mouth to protect my peace. I move with intention. I rest with permission. I make choices from center, not from lack. I make choices from center, not from lack. Repeat these last lines 2 more times, letting the words sink into your bones. As you do, imagine light filtering through leaves overhead, steady and unhurried. Your nervous system is learning a new language, a language of availability and discernment. This is how attraction without effort grows, not by forcing the river, but by making the shore ready, not by squeezing the seedling, but by nourishing the soil. When you feel the affirmation block settling, soften again into your breath. Place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. Feel the rhythm that has emerged. Remember one practical, specific action you will take tomorrow to honor this practice. Perhaps one email that reflects your new boundary. Perhaps 1 minute of mindful breathing before answering a text. Perhaps a small step toward a project that aligns with your values. Keep it simple. Tiny, consistent actions matter far more than dramatic bursts of effort. Before we close, let me offer a few real-world scenarios with simple, aligned responses you can use as models. These are not rigid rules. They are samples to inspire your own language. Scenario 1. A potential employer asks you to take on unpaid tasks as audition work. An aligned reply might be, I appreciate the opportunity to show my capabilities. I have a paid consulting rate for project trials. If that works for you, I can begin next week. This response protects your value while keeping the door open to collaboration. Scenario 2. A romantic interest texts multiple times while you're at work, demanding immediate replies. An aligned reply could be, I love talking with you. I can't text much right now. I will message you after work and we can make plans. This response preserves your boundaries and signals you have a life that matters. Scenario 3. A friend asks you to take on emotional labor without reciprocity. Try. I care about you. I have limited capacity right now. Can we set a time to talk this weekend when I can fully be present? This honors both compassion and limits. Each of these responses is short, clear, and kind. They teach others how to meet you. They reduce reactive consumption of your energy so that you have reserves to receive what truly aligns. Now let us return to the imagery one more time to weave a final integrative visualization that you can carry with you. Picture again the hill at dusk, the garden glowing, the river turning, the magnet warm in your palm. See a pathway from the garden to a small door in your chest. Open that door and watch a light spill out. This light is your enoughness made visible. It is not large to shock others. It is steady and believable. Step through the light and find yourself wearing clothes that fit your truest shape. Garments of confidence, curiosity, and rest. These clothes are not armor. They are the outward expression of the inner work. Walk back to the river with that garment on and toss a tiny pebble into the water. Notice the ripples expanding, not as a command, but as a sign that your small, consistent acts have consequences. The river will keep flowing. Boats will come and go. Some will land, some will drift. Your job is to be ready to receive what aligns and to release what does not, with gratitude for both. We will close with a final, longer affirmation crescendo, intended to be breathed, felt, and perhaps repeated nightly. It is designed to be flexible. You can whisper it, say it in your mind, or speak it aloud. Let each phrase sit for a full inhale and a full exhale. Allow the cadence to slow you rather than hurry you. I am present. I am present. I am enough. I am enough. I prepare with patience and skill. I prepare with patience and skill. I protect my peace with kindness and clarity. I protect my peace with kindness and clarity. I receive what aligns. I release what does not. I receive what aligns. I release what does not. I act from center, not from lack. I act from center, not from lack. Love finds me when I am ready to hold it. Love finds me when I am ready to hold it. Success arrives when my work meets my values. Success arrives when my work meets my values. I trust the timing of my life and move with steady faith. I trust the timing of my life and move with steady faith. I live in the gentle power of allowing, and in that allowance my life is rearranged toward dignity and grace. I live in the gentle power of allowing, and in that allowance my life is rearranged toward dignity and grace. Let these words settle like a soft shawl around your shoulders. Feel how your chest rises and falls beneath it. If a thought intrudes, "This won't work," or "I don't deserve this," name it briefly and return to the breath. "Thank you for showing up. I will attend to you later." Then come back to the phrase that feels most steady. I am enough. As we move toward closing, carry one practical commitment with you. Choose one small action in the next 24 hours that reflects the stance you have practiced here. A boundary you set, a gentle follow-up you send, a few minutes for your breath. Make it specific, make it manageable, and then let it be done without grand expectations. That small act is the bridge between inner alignment and outer movement. If this guided practice resonated with you, save this track and return to it tonight. Make it a nightly ritual for a season and observe how the texture of your days begins to shift. If you found value here and wish to keep building this practice with me, subscribe or save this guide so you can come back again. Your presence here matters. Repetition is how habit becomes sanctuary. Finally, receive this closing affirmation as a blessing to carry you forward. Say it slowly, as if you are speaking to a close friend whom you love deeply. May you be gentle with your becoming. May you be clear about your limits. May you welcome love that honors you and success that respects your life. May your heart be a steady shore and your hands skilled gardeners. May you discover the secrets that were always inside you, the art of attracting love and success without force, by habit, by care, by the steady practice of being yourself. You are worthy of such a life. You are worthy of such ease. Go forward in small, brave steps and let the river deliver what aligns.